Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? I'm just trying to get this standing up straight. It's sliding everywhere. But when I do get this set up, there we go. Um, it's just another funny or effed up story about my life. This wasn't really funny. I guess from a certain perspective it is. This actually just happened the other day. And I was. What are you looking at, Bill? The dog's looking at the door. I know Tracy's coming home from work soon, but anyway, she usually calls first, so it's not likely to be her. But anyway, so it was the other day, and I was at if you know Toronto at all. There's the College Park area. College Park. There's like a whatever the building's called. It's a big office building, and underneath is kind of like some stores. A little, not really a mall, but just a few random stores. So there's a Dollarama in there. The dollar store's in there, and so I'm buying my stuff at the self checkout because we have to check out our own stuff now because why pay someone to do it if you can not pay someone to do it themselves? I don't know. I think I should get paid for that. That's not my job. But anyway, so I'm paying for my shit, right? So in the next one over, there's these two young Asian women doing their thing, and this woman comes up from behind, and she's like talking with them, right? This white woman, and I thought they were together, just the way it just sounded like banter back and forth, and then she started getting louder, and the I look over and the girls are just sort of ignoring her. I'm like, oh, okay, she's just fucking nuts. So it goes on. She starts yelling louder and louder, and it's all about them being Asian and them spreading COVID, and it's all their fault. And why is the government giving them money and giving them needles when it's all their fault that people are dying and people have COVID? I'm just like, holy fuck, lady, really? Like you're on the like you're still on this shit? Like, get over it. Like that's like that's just racism. That's fucked up. So anyway, the girls, and I'm ready to say something, but I looked at the girls and they're just kind of like ignoring her, like they're holding her. They don't care. They're just like whatever. All right, if they're fine with it, there's no reason for me to intervene. I'm just gonna ignore her. This fucked up Karen. So anyway, they finish. I finish roughly the same time. And as they're walking, this woman's still like chirping away. Da, 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 da. I'm not sure, but I know I wasn't looking right at her, but it looked like she kind of did something like that, like that I saw her do something, but it was quick. I didn't really notice, but in all probability, she did because she seemed ignorant enough. So as we're leaving, the girls are a little bit ahead. They're walking faster, and then there's these two. Just walk out of the store. These two guys outside the store. I think they're Indian or Sri Lankan. Anyway, like brown skinned guys and minding their own business, and then she starts prattling on about to them and something about 9/11 and this, and I'm thinking, holy shit, lady, first of all, your racism is incredibly, now I know she probably wasn't all there, but she seemed normal, but obviously there was something else going on. But anyway, and they just kind of look at her and start laughing, like 9/11, like really, we're Indian or whatever their race was. They were definitely not Saudi, which is, I mean, I wouldn't look at Saudi people and automatically think of 9/11. It was just, but the the terrorists, the nine people or whatever, they were their background was Saudi. So like you're in the wrong country, wrong race, and even if they were Saudi, they didn't do it. So fuck off. But anyway, she does this, and they start walking away and I'm just like, holy shit! And every person she walked by, I'm a little bit behind her because she was walking fast, but every person that wasn't white, she had something to say to them, and I'm getting irritated, but not mad because the people she was like assaulting or verbally assaulting were just kind of brushing her off, like, okay, fuck off, you're nuts. So as we're walking through the mall a little bit, there's a security guard, and he's talking to a white guy. The security guard's Indian, and he's a Sikh. He has a turban on, and she starts yelling at him and saying he's coming here to destroy capitalism, and he's this and this. She didn't use any words. She didn't call him any names that I'm not going to say, but it didn't quite get to that part, but she was still going on about she did mention a comment about you can't talk to a white man that way and some other shit about that, and I'm thinking like, wow, like how are you not? How did somebody not just slap the shit out of you in just the last 5 minutes, let alone whatever you said to anybody up until I saw you, and also the days that preceded or the days before that, like anyways, so moving ahead, she's chirping on, and now I'm kind of ahead of her. And as I'm walking, I pass like this young Muslim girl who's wearing a hijab, and she just looked like a schoolgirl, like she was probably looked like she's about 14 or something. And then as I'm past her, and the crazy lady catches up like to where the girl was, and then it turned into 9/11 again, and fucking Muslim this and this and that, and go home, go to your own country, you have no business being here. And then she started calling her, then she was calling her Saudi Arabian or something, something about going back to Saudi Arabia and all this other shit. And the girl just kind of looked like a little bit kind of like scared, like because she was young, and this woman was probably in her 30s, and she wasn't a small woman or anything, and the girl looked like she was little, like she was like a kid. And I turn and I just look at her. I'm just like, hey, why don't you shut up and leave people alone? Like shut up. Like, why are you bothering everybody? With your racism and all this other stuff. And it kind of went back and forth a little bit. So now where we were in the mall, we're at a set of doors. We're in one building because it's an office building, and then there's a hallway that leads to underneath another office building. So between these in the hallway, there's a set of doors. So the people on the other side of doors, they can't hear anything, and the people that are standing there are already going through the doors and leaving, right? And there's people coming in that are just hearing whatever, but they're going the other way. So pretty much everybody I see from this point on has no clue what's going on after we walk through those doors. But we're still on the same side of the doors, and she literally looks at me and says, "Why don't you stick your fist up your dead mother's ass?" She literally said that to me, and I'm just like, what? And this is as we're walking through the doors. Now, I walk through the doors now. Like I said, no one heard her say that comment or all the other racism shit that she'd already previously said. What are you looking at, Bill? I know the place is haunted, but I don't think there's anything over there. Anyway, so as we walk through the doors, I say to her, now, we'd already said our fuck yous back and forth a few times before she made the comment. So there was already stuff being said. It wasn't like she just said that and I responded, but my response to her was, well, why don't you go home and fuck your parents? Like, that was literally my response. So after I said that, there's a woman standing. She turns, or suddenly the woman turns victim. She's like, what? How can you talk to me that way? She figured out right away that nobody heard anything that led up to that. So now I'm the bad guy. And little Miss Karen is suddenly the victim, and she's like, the language, how can you talk to me that way? And this woman turns around, she goes, you can't talk to a woman that way. And then two other women come over and say, how dare you talk to her that way? Who do you think you blah 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 blah. And I said to her, I'm like, you don't know what she just said to me. She and a whole bunch of other people. This is just the tail end of everything that just happened. I know I'm paraphrasing a little bit because I can't remember word for word what was said, but because it just kind of happened pretty quick. And I'm just like, no, she just said all this racist stuff and the Muslim girl had just walked by. She told her to go back to her own country and all this other stuff. Now, I didn't realize at this point the woman was gone. So there was a distraction there. And then the woman, when these three women started coming at me, she just disappeared. She ran. And I said, where is she now? Look, she's not even here. She knows she fucked up. And they're like, this, that. And I go, and I said to them, do you guys actually want to know what she said? And they're like, no, we don't care. You have no business talking to anybody that way. And I go, no, let me tell you what she said. And they would not give me the opportunity to explain everything that happened up to that point. So I literally just looked at them and I go, oh, okay, well, fuck you, and fuck you. And then I just turned around and walked out the door. Like, I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck, man. It's like Karen afternoon at the fucking mall. And all it was, It was just me defending, and I even said that. And I go, "This is what I get for trying to help somebody, like trying to, you know." But anyway, I don't know. I got some weird message. It said something there. Anyway, it's not important. But anyhow, so that was it. And then I did my usual. I just went outside and fed the pigeons like I do almost like whenever I can anyway. And that was it. So that's my story. Four Karens on me, and all I did was try and tell a woman to leave people alone and stop screaming racist shit at them. And then I turned into the bad guy just because people don't want to listen to my side of the story. But I guess that's the world we live in because everybody wants to be important. Everybody wants to be right, I suppose. But anyway, that was effed up and funny and effed up stories about my life. And not really a funny-ish one, but maybe a little bit to a point. I don't know. But thought I would share that with you. That was my 5-minute adventure that took 11, 12 minutes to explain. Anyway, that's that. And I'm going to be doing another one probably in a couple minutes. Completely different story. But anyway, I guess until the next one. Bye.